Doctor Who Wild Blue Yonder has finally aired, and now that leaves the question of, is it good? Yo, what's up, gamers? It's me, KipsterMc, and we just had the release of the second of the 60th anniversary specials for Doctor Who, that being Wild Blue Yonder. And well, after watching it twice, I'm going to review it. And just like with the Star Beast, I'm going to be mentioning spoilers all throughout. So if you haven't seen the special yet, go watch it now and then come back to this review. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the positives. Now the first positive, and this is probably the biggest one for the episode, largely due to how small the episode's cast is, David Tennant and Catherine Tate are so good in this episode as the Doctor and Donna. Which, you know, is probably a good thing, seeing as they're kind of the, only two cast members for, 98% of the special. The two of them pretty much have to do all the legwork in the acting department, but they do a great job with it, which, I figured they would. It's David Tennant and Catherine Tate, two actors who've already been shown to do an incredible job in Doctor Who before. They're really fun to watch in comedic moments. They really do a great job when they have more emotional scenes. And when the villains are revealed to be duplicates of the Doctor and Donna, our two leads do a great job playing the villains as well. And it does help, though, too, that we've got some really great writing going on. Some great character work, some great pacing, some great dialogue. I think that Wild Blue Yonder might have one of RTD's best scripts that he's written. It's on the level of episodes like Midnight and Turn Left for me. And notice how those are both Series 4 stories, too. Now, after the title sequence, the opening of the episode has the Doctor and Donna landing on a mysterious ship at the edge of the universe, and the Doctor kind of has to reset the TARDIS a bit in order to fix the console room after the damage caused by a cup of coffee. But in resetting the TARDIS and attaching a sonic screwdriver to the keyhole of the TARDIS, the Doctor accidentally sets off the hostile action displacement system, causing the TARDIS to leave until the threat of the episode is resolved. And this means that the Doctor has no TARDIS and no sonic screwdriver to use during the episode, which is a really good way to have the Doctor, think more outside the box and be more creative with how he saves the day, because he can't just rely on sonicking everything like usual. And so as a result, the Doctor and Donna, in order to look for whatever threat they have to deal with in order for the TARDIS to come back, they go about exploring the ship, and the ship that they're on looks really good. It's probably the best looking spaceship Doctor Who has ever had, especially in terms of the interior. The exterior is pretty solid, but it's kind of a bit of a standard sci-fi ship, just really long, but the hallways and rooms of the ship look great. The budget really shows. I do like how there's this mystery of this mysterious language that seems to be saying something every now and then, possibly counting down. Hint, hint. Now, there are no life signs aboard the ship, but 3 years prior, an airlock opened and closed. Something got in, and there's no more crew. And the episode does a really good job at setting up this mystery and make you wonder what happened, while also, leaving you worried about how big of a threat it's gonna be, especially if it's something so bad the TARDIS ran away. So, the Doctor and Donna then go into two separate rooms in order to fix some stuff within the ship. And initially, after it shows the Doctor fiddling around a little bit, the Doctor then goes into the room Donna's in and talks to her about her family. Then we cut to the Doctor fiddling around in his room again, and Donna enters. And at first you think, oh, the Doctor did some work, then went to talk to Donna, then went back to work, and Donna got her stuff done, and then went to talk to the Doctor. Then it cuts back to Donna still talking to the Doctor, except it ain't the Doctor, and the Doctor ain't talking to Donna. And their arms are too long. Their arms are too long. Their arms are too long. I will say, at first I did actually think that these were just different scenes. There was a bit of a time jump between the Doctor going to talk to Donna and Donna going to talk to the Doctor. But when I got back to Donna still doing her work while talking to the Doctor, I knew something was up. And boy, was I right. It was intense waiting for the big reveal of who or what they were talking to. And when it showed that their arms were indeed too long, that was creepy. That was some really good body horror. I'm just gonna say that right now. The villains, these beings that take on the forms of the Doctor and Donna, including copying their memories, they have some really good body horror going on. It is genuinely creepy and uncanny. I think what got me most, though, was the scene where the fake Donna bends her leg with 2 joints. It's like, it is wrong. The legs should not bend that way. They should not. It is... Ugh. Well, I mean, it is really effective. But then after that, we get a chase scene of the real Dr. and Donna being chased by the imposters, who then grow really large and stretch a bunch. And, okay, the rest of the body horror stuff looked really good. That one bit was the only thing that looked a little bit off, but I think it worked in favor of, like, making it more uncanny, added to the creepiness of it. And also, it's not a Doctor Who episode if there's not at least one special effects moment that looks off. And the chasing itself was really fun to watch, too, with the Doctor and Donna driving this hover car thing to escape their imposters, only for the hover car to break down. But, luckily for them, the imposters got so big that they couldn't go through the hallway anymore. So Doctor and Donna then try to escape in some lower hallways, but they get separated. And first of all, they just straight up threw in a jump scare, like a fake-out jump scare, where Donna's just, like, in a dark hallway, and there's kind of like this, like, extra long shot, almost like you know something is going to happen. And then the door closes. But both times I watched it, it got me. It shouldn't have gotten me either time, but it got me both times. Why did it get me? And speaking of camera work, also, this episode's got some really good, like, camera work and good, like, cuts between shots and stuff. Particularly, like, for the scene with Doctor and Donna unknowingly talking to their fake selves, and it leads up to the reveal. Because, like it's intentionally shot to feel just a little bit off, so you know something's about to happen and something's not right in the scene. And we get some more good camera trickery when the Doctor and Donna are going through the hallways and then each enter a room, but also it shows the Doctor and Donna entering a room, leaving you to not be sure which Doctor is the real one, which Donna is the real one in each room. So you have a conversation between one Doctor and one Donna, and a conversation between another Doctor and Donna, and the whole time you're trying to, like, analyze what's going on to try and deduce who the imposters are. But both the real Doctor and Donna and the imposter ones do such a good job that it's actually difficult to tell. Particularly when the imposter Doctor incorrectly says where Donna was born, and then the real Donna corrects him, and you're thinking, oh wait, that's probably the real Doctor then, because the imposter Doctor would have just said the real birthplace, but the real Doctor didn't know. But no! The imposter Doctor knew the real Doctor didn't know, and so he used that to his advantage to try tricking Donna. That is clever. I really like how when the real Doctor and the imposter Donna are talking together, we get to find out how the Doctor actually feels about things like the Flux, and learning that he's not from Gallifrey. And there's like some actual, like, trauma the Doctor has at the fact that half the universe was destroyed during Flux because of him. Like, we get more emotion in like a minute and a half or so about Flux than we got in the entirety of Series 13. It's weird. It's weird. Like, you'd think they would have, like, the Doctor's emotional reaction to the Flux happen in Series 13, but nope, they don't do that. So RTD, like, puts in some emotional reaction and, like, establishes that even at the end of the episode, the Doctor isn't really over of all that. Which, you know what, yeah, that's fair. Realistically, he wouldn't be. I mean, keep in mind, the Doctor grieved the loss of his home world for 7 seasons. It would only make sense that if half the universe was destroyed because of him, he would have some emotions about that, even, like, after that season it was from was over. Then after Donna and Donna escape from their imposters, we get a scene where the Doctor is screaming and angry due to the fact that the imposter Donna essentially played with his emotions about the Flux, pretty much like toyed with his trauma, you could say. It is effective. You genuinely feel bad for the Doctor about, like, the whole entire grief of half the universe being destroyed because of him. I do wish we got to have some of that grief be displayed in the actual season the Flux happened in, but oh well, at least the Doctor's reaction to it was addressed. And I know that, like, stuff from the 13th Doctor era is not very popular, and figured there were some fans who would have rather not had anything from 13's era get addressed at all at any point after 13's regeneration, but 13's era is just as much Doctor Who as any other era. Yeah, again, there are actual genuine criticisms to be made about 13's era. I have my own criticisms of that era too. And then we get one more scene of Doctors and Donna's meeting and trying to deduce who is real. However, it's a scene with all four of them together in a room, and because of the way it shows all four of them entering the room, you don't know who's real and who's fake once more. And it helps a lot that the imposters are acting just like their real selves, or at least close enough to fool the audience, but their imposter selves act just differently enough for the real Doctor and Donna to recognize each other, and the way that the Doctor and Donna deduce who the real version is really good. Both the imposters both pointing out how Donna believes herself to be an idiot, but then the real Doctor points out how Donna also believes herself to be brilliant. That bit of believing two different things at the same time is what allows the Doctor to figure out which Donna is real, and it is great. It really shows the bond between the two characters as well, how they're able to figure out which one is the real one in a room with all four of them, in a room where there's both the two real ones and the two imposter ones. Also the scene where the real Doctor pours the line of salt for the imposters, and it's like, yeah, the rules of the universe are that vampires, ghouls, werewolves and stuff cannot cross the line of salt without counting each and every single grain of sand. And the fake Donna, believes them just enough to actually start counting the grains for real. That was pretty funny. But then once the real Doctor and Donna make it back to the ship's bridge and close the door so that the imposters can't get in, they then figure out what's really going on with the ship. So first of all, the two creatures impersonating the Doctor and Donna feed on their fear and are able to learn about them and learn what they're thinking because of it. Second, the voice that they keep hearing that's doing the seemingly countdown stuff is in fact counting down. Third, a slow-moving robot that was seen earlier in the episode is moving slowly on purpose so that the creatures are not able to catch on to what the robot's doing, which is walking towards the self-destruct button. And the robot was primed to do that so slowly by the ship's captain, who had ejected herself 3 years prior so that the creatures couldn't read the plan in her mind. Because if the creatures live and manage to get back to the universe, since the ship is at the edge of the universe where nothing else is at, they would be able to wreak havoc throughout many planets and be a huge threat. I will say that's a very smart way of taking this skills of the villain and using those skills against them. Even if the captain herself didn't live to see the plan through, she still ensured that the creatures would be stopped. However, once the creatures find out about the plan, they start running towards the robot to try and stop it, leading to the Doctor and Donna chasing after the creatures. And while the Doctor and his imposter keep running, Donna and her imposter get into a fight and stay behind. Now this chasing is fun, you both want the Doctor and Donna to be able to let the countdown happen so that the villains can be stopped, but at the same time you don't want the Doctor and Donna to get caught in the explosion as well. So it's intense and you aren't sure whether or not they're gonna make it or what's gonna happen. However, we then learn for a way for the Doctor and Donna to escape but still let the countdown happen. When the Doctor stops and realizes that if the countdown is finished, the hostile action displacement system will deem the place safe to go to again, since the threat will be thwarted, and the TARDIS comes back. And that's a smart way to bring the Doctor and Donna's reason for being trapped into the episode's climax, while also playing into how the Doctor and Donna are able to win. But we then get this really intense scene where the Doctor gets the TARDIS in front of the two Donnas and tries to deduce which one of them is real by asking a question, and the two Donnas give different answers, and the Doctor goes with the one whose answer was more Donna-like. However, once he closes the door and starts flying off, it turns out he brought the imposter along with him, and the real Donna stayed behind. And that was really shocking when I saw it. I was like, oh, Donna's in trouble. They played into that real because, first of all, it shows that the alien had truly managed to figure out Donna's personality by that point, enough to trick the Doctor completely. But things get even more intense because you realize Donna might not be making it out alive. She might end up staying behind on the ship as it explodes, and guess what? Timer reaches 0, the robot presses the button, and the self-destruct begins, with the imposter Doctor being killed, and Donna watching as the explosion gets closer to her. And when I first saw this, I genuinely thought Donna was about to die, and it was intense. It was intense. They did a good job with it. But then the real Doctor deduces that the Donna he brought with him is the imposter because her arm was barely too long. Just barely. Not even enough to be noticeable by the human eye. He had to scan her to notice it. So he got the TARDIS back to the ship, threw the fake Dawn out and brought the real Dawn back in just in time. And you just get this sense of relief when the Doctor saves the real Donna after such a close call. Now, they do a great job at making the scene very intense and exciting and leaving you at the edge of your seat. Or even behind the sofa in some cases. But it is satisfying when the Doctor manages to save the real Donna and the two of them escape. And that brings us to the end of the episode, where when the Doctor and Donna get back to the alleyway that the TARDIS was parked in the Star Beast, he returns. Wilf. He's back. And we get a reunion between Wilf and Donna that is really great. Bernard Cribbins is really delightful in the scene, but then his face when the Doctor steps out of the TARDIS is just pure joy, and I love it. It is so good getting to see Wilf on screen one final time. Godspeed, old soldier. And then Wilf ends up revealing that something's going on and the rest of Donna's family has hunkered down while Wilf waited for the TARDIS to return. And then around the Doctor, Donna, and Wilf, chaos ensues, including a plane crashing, leading into the final special, the giggle. And those like closing seconds with the chaos around the three of them is a solid way to kind of like tease like something's going on that the Doctor and Donna have to stop, with Wilf stating that's happening all over the world, meaning that's something big scale, which I would totally expect the Celestial Toymaker to do something big scale. Now I will say, the scene with Wilf so far is my favorite moment in the specials, and that's entirely because we get Wilf in it. It is so good seeing him one final time. The best non-companion ally of the Doctor in history. And yeah, that's it on the positives and also a bit of plot synopsis. Now I'm going to talk about the negatives. I only have two this time. Negative number one is that the cold open with the Doctor and Donna meeting Isaac Newton in the past and like accidentally changing gravity to mavity was a little bit out of place. Like, and here's something interesting too. When I first watched the episode, I thought the 1666 thing was gonna be some kind of connection to the Visitation with the whole entire Great Fire of London, and the Doctor himself even mentions, stay out of London, when he realizes what year it is. It's probably gonna like play more into either the giggle or something in Shooty's era, but didn't really connect much to the rest of the episode aside from them mentioning Mavity a few times. Well, I mean, that cold open was still a fun sequence though. It just didn't connect too much to the rest of the episode, that's all. And negative number two, I guess this could be said to the Starbeast as well, but doesn't quite feel quite anniversary yet. That could probably change with the giggle, but so far the specials haven't really felt super anniversary-like despite being anniversary specials. But they're still great episodes nonetheless. But you know what? At least they're great episodes, you know? And overall, for my final ranking of Wild Blue Yonder, I'm gonna have to give it a 9.75 out of 10. It's probably the best Doctor Who episode we've had since, like, 2017. I just had an absolute blast watching it. There was some great pacing, writing, acting, character work. The villain was really creative. Stylistically, it kind of felt like a mixture between The Ark in Space and Midnight, which I thought worked really well. And the episode did a great job on, like, the creepiness of it, of what was going on, as well as doing a great job with some of the body horror elements, which they could do more body horror stuff in Doctor Who, in my opinion, if it's as good as it was in this episode. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, what you liked or disliked about this episode, whether or not you liked or disliked it, and how much you're looking forward to the giggle. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll be back in the next video. I hope you're excited for the final 60th anniversary special, The Giggle.